Hey, trashlings! Welcome back to the Demon Trash Podcast. It's me, Carol, aka Papa Trash.
And I'm Avery, aka Baby Demon.
And we're back with another week of whatever this is. Trash, junk, and demon hours. Would you say we're doing how's our no makeup look? Don't be mean.
It's just my normal makeup with no eyeliner,
Is it really?
essentially.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't really change anything except I didn't put eyeliner on.
She put glitter on, and she showered.
And I showered,
She showered for you guys. But also new addition to the set. I'm bringing it up because I think it's cute, and I don't want you to miss it. Do you see it? You have these little like recycling bins. Hers is pink. And mine is green. Can you see it?
New Demon Trash merch coming to you. Just kidding. It's from the dollar store. Go check it out at Dollar General if you want to match with us.
That's on dollargeneral.net. So, guys, let's get into it.
Not sponsored.
Because I have a lot to say. There is some things on here that you're going to be like, what? We have some really important things to go over. We have some housekeeping to go over and just like big news that I think we all need to be discussing. But first, when we get into before we get into all that like really important stuff, and you guys are not gonna want to miss it. Seriously, let's get going with our little jingle. 3, 2, 1. Demon Trash Moments. Slay. And I'm very excited for this Demon Trash Moments because we have some trashlings submissions. Yay! Snaps for the trashlings for being disgusting and awesome, but also just being inspirational. First is Marie. Found out Ben Barnes is playing a show tonight, so I'm taking off work to see him even though I'm supposed to be doing overtime to catch up on deadlines. She said it was the best $40 she spent in her life. And then I asked her, if you guys are not in the Demon Trash Discord, that's what's up. Like, you guys need to get in there. Because then I asked her to take very close-up, creepy pictures of Ben Barnes for science. And she did. She came through, and those exclusive photos are in our Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So...
That's a good Demon Trash
That's
moment.
a really good Demon Trash. It's like, I have work to do, but Ben Barnes is playing. Like, I don't care. I'm going to you think I'm not going to go see that gorgeous man, the Darkling?
Yeah. I mean, every time I've been like, oh, I have to work, instead of going to see a concert or something, I've regretted it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah. Also, it's Ben Barnes. Are you actually
seeing him up close, live, personal?
And also, he has a great voice. I don't know, Marie, if you're watching, I hope you are. I would think you are. We're listening. Was his singing good?
Have you seen him sing?
I've seen him on TikToks.
Oh yeah, he has I've seen YouTube videos of him singing too.
He's kind of bluesy.
Yeah, it's that bluesy
I can only ever think of the Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, that's what I think. He sings like that. Which I love, to be honest.
I
love that shit.
But that's a good Demon Trash moment. It's like, bro, just work's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, Ben Barnes is there for one night.
One night only.
One night only. You can go get your fucking life and soul sucked out of you by capitalism in corporate America tomorrow, babe.
Did he fall in love with you? Did you guys meet eyes and fall in love?
I don't know. Ben Barnes is kind of old. Isn't he in his 40s now or something?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Old.
Yeah, you're right. I'm fucking 30. He's 42. Okay. Moving on.
Ripe, older gentleman age.
He doesn't look 42. I'll tell you what. All right. I forgot it. Whatever. My Demon Trash moment is that I got House of Flame and Shadow, the Crescent City 3 book, released January 30th by Sarah J. Maas. And I mean, when I tell you I was checking my Amazon app like every 30 minutes, it was literally not even a joke.
What is
And
it
I was
reading?
editing in this week that I was waiting for this book. I was editing part 2 of My Life of the Walter Boys with the Walter Boys, whatever it's called. And
The
and I had
Walter
to
terrorists.
the emotional terrorists that are the Walter Boys. The WBs. White boys. No, so I'm like, all right. I starting to get antsy because the sun is starting to go down. I'm like, all right, usually Jeff Bezos drops that shit off pretty early. But not that day. Coinkydink, I think not. They just wanted me to suffer. Anyway, when it finally arrives and my dog barks and alerts me that my box has arrived,
My dog.
I fucking slammed that laptop shut. I ran to the book and I pulled it out. I mean, this book is freaking gorgeous in person. I freaked out. And I was like, I had to finish, like, I had to get to a certain point that day with the editing. So I was like, I just went in and I just did it and I just like hyper focused. But then I started reading. And I'll tell you what, I thought, oh, I could keep a handle on this. I can just start the book and like, take
Put it
breaks
down.
and edit, put it down, come back to it. It'll be there. Nope. 835 pages done in like 36 hours. And I even finished the video. A little late.
Yeah.
But I read Crescent City 3. And I loved it. I thought it was great. But whew, yeah, no, literally like I
No
was
spoilers.
No, I was just reading like literally like nonstop. My partner was, when I finally closed the book, he was like, hey, haven't talked to you in like 3 days, 2 days. So, but yeah, no, that was fun.
I mean, it's important work.
No, it's literally, this is sacred texts. And I'm pretty much going to, this is, I was going to Winterhold and I was going to wizard school and I was reading the new sacred texts within the Mass verse. You know what I mean? And I have a PhD in the Mass verse.
Do you?
Do ya?
Do you now?
I don't know. I would think so. But yeah.
Read all the books. Does that make you give you a PhD in Sarah J.
Well, I study the theories extensively and the lore.
Okay.
I get into the nitty gritty. I really do.
I have the audiobook. I'm like halfway through it.
That's it.
I got
I want
tired
to
last
talk to
night.
you about it. All right. Well, fucking hurry up.
I have to like delay it because then we'll be talking about it on this podcast and people are like, we actually like have lives. We can't finish this in like 36 hours.
Yeah, no, 835 pages is a lot to finish in 2 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing's huge. It's a heavy book.
It's a big book. It's 29 hours on Audible.
That's huge.
Like that's why I'm like, I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
Because I just simply have to do other stuff. I can't
Yeah.
listen to it. That'd be like for a day straight.
This isn't a spoiler, but it's very like lore heavy.
Yeah.
It's dropping a lot of big brain.
No, there's a lot of
fantasy
like
facts.
there's a lot of lore with the SJM universe in it. So I'm like, I can't like make it 1.5 and 2 speed because I'm like, I actually need to pay attention to these details.
There's literally
I can't zone out. Do you know what I mean? I need to like be taking notes almost.
It's almost like she basically figured out her world building lore and was like, I finally understand and I've connected all the dots myself with what I've been writing. So now I'm going to just lore dump in this one. And you know what? Is that good writing? I don't know. And I don't care. I had a great time. And now I feel like
I love lore though.
I love it.
Tell me how it works.
Lore.
Tell me how the universe works. I want to know.
I love it. I love lore. Give me a lore drop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like the whole book was essentially like a giant lore drop. And I was just like, dang.
Yeah.
But that was kind of fun though. I think that's kind of fun, especially if you're like a Massverse enthusiast. You know, it's
Mhm.
just like, oh shit, holy fuck.
Well, you have all these like theorists out there.
Well, they have all these little dots. It's like red string theory, you know what I mean? But anyway, Crescent City 3, I'm going to stop talking about it. Don't worry. All right. Moving on, we have another little trashlings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was my turn, but it's okay.
No.
You can do the trashling first.
This one comes from LJ Superfly. LJ Superfly.
Also from Discord, right?
Also from Discord. Guys, get in our Discord. Send your demon trash moments. Or you can DM us or email us, but Discord's a great place for that. Or you can text Avery on her personal number at... I'm just kidding. All right, so LJ Superfly says her demon trash moment, prioritizing watching all the anime on my Crunchyroll 14-day trial over everything. I 100% get that. And you know what? Didn't you respond? You were like...
Yeah, I told her, I said, yeah, I thought I was going to have a 14-day trial too. Here I am, like 3 months later
yeah.
with the trial not over. I've actually like pulled back on the anime a little bit, but for a while, like when I was in my like deep depression phase, like I would be finishing like seasons in a night, like just because it's like fucking 26 episodes, 20 minutes each. That's like an hour for 3 episodes, dude. I was not sleeping.
Yeah, I was like, so you weren't
And I was
getting
deeply depressed.
Yeah. Well,
but the void was full.
Yes, you were
of
feeling
anime.
It. Yeah. And that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think filling the void with like a bright little romance or slice of life anime, like that heals, dude. That really does. No, they're with Crunchyroll. I mean, if you're an absolute anime enthusiast, it's like just keep it. It's so worth it.
Yeah, there's like now that Jujutsu Kaisen's out, there's a lot of other stuff. Like I'm still going with Free Run. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Can't cancel it because it's not all out. That's how they get you. You know, because you're like, I'm gonna watch this.
I was like,
all
I was
one.
checking
It's
on.
like,
I was like,
cancel.
oh, Spy Family, and I'm like, they haven't updated it, and I was like, oh, because they just released the first part, and now I'm waiting for the second part, and I'm just pissed off.
It's like I need to like pause it and then just like come back like
No, because now I'm
year
taking the
later,
time to like watch other series.
yeah. See, that's how they
get
get
that.
you, man.
But I do love the demon trash mentality of like, all right, I got a 14-day free trial. It's time to fucking cancel everything else and
Yeah.
just get the most out of this trial. Because there's one thing about me is that's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember the days of creating multiple email addresses to try and see how many trials I can get. But then you just realize you're like, what am I doing? I have 32 emails that I can't keep track of. I don't know what I've made.
There's like 100 like Papa Trash accounts, like Papa Trash 1, Papa
Trash 2,
69.
yeah, Papa Trash 420.
And you're just like, I don't know, I can't keep up with
No,
this.
I can't do this anymore.
Also, they don't let you do that anymore because you have to type in a credit card now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And it has to be a different credit card. I'm pretty sure than like the one you put in on another account.
they've gotten smart, those sons of bitches.
Yeah, right. They've outsmarted us.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's great. What animes are you watching?
You.
Big
Yeah,
support.
What
Mad support.
animes? Watch The Ancient Magus Bride.
I like Spy Family.
Free Ren.
Free
Spy Family's good too.
Oh, bitch, we gotta let them know. Hold on. I told Avery, she did watch it. My love story with Yamato-kun at level 999.
Oh yeah, that one's
when
cute.
When I tell you, I was like, bitch, I'm not even kidding. Like, you're gonna love this anime. I watched like the first 2 episodes with her. She finished it that night. Right? You finished it that night. I was like, I told you.
I don't have time to wait.
No, it's literally so good, guys. It's literally so
level
good.
0.
Like, I love that one. All right. Thanks, guys, for sending in your Demon Trash moments. Again, Trashlings, you can send us your Demon Trash moments, and maybe yours will be featured on the show. All right, Avery, let's hear about you.
So, my Demon Trash moment this week. All right. Let me set the time, the place. It was nighttime. It was during those goblin hours. I don't know, like, when's goblin hours for you? It's like 11 to like probably like 3 a.m.
The blue light hours when the lights go out and instead of actually going to sleep, I pull up my phone.
Yeah. So it was like peak goblin hours. And you know what? I was like, I don't feel like watching YouTube videos. I don't feel like watching anime. I'm like, maybe I want to read a cheeky little novel off of Kindle Unlimited. Right.
Check up on KU.
See what's up, what's going on Kindle Unlimited, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just pull up a cheeky little book. What I pick? Let me go find it. It's called I picked up this one. It's called A Soul to Keep.
Hold on, what?
A Soul to Keep.
Oh, I thought you said assault keep.
Assault. No.
Assault keep, and I'm like,
no.
What?
It's called A Soul to Keep. I don't know how I found this. Oh, like one of the second one was recommended to me, like on Kindle. It's part of like the Dusk Walker Bride's book. So I was like, people were like, the reviews were people like, I love these. This is so good. And whatever. I look at the cover, like showing Papa
Oh my
Trash.
god, I fucking forgot it looked like this. Bitch, you're okay, hold on. I just love the idea of you seeing that and being like, yeah, I'll check it out. Dude, you've got a thing for like horned beings.
Don't come for me,
I'm
man.
not coming for you, though, dude. I'm just saying.
I think it might have been influenced by the amount of anime I've been watching.
Oh, that is like sort of the.
So I was
Magus.
like, I'll just
Variety.
whatever. I'll see what it's about.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's a fucking picture book. You look at the cover and then you move on.
Right. Yeah.
But so I pull up the book. I'm pulling up this book and I like start like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start reading this. Just see what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
And the freaking foreword from the author goes like this. To all the monster fuckers out there, this book is for you. Don't pretend you've never wanted to be railed by some human-eating dark entity that has a skull for a face. You saw the cover, you knew what you were getting yourself into, and you still chose to open this book and read it. I read that and I was like, I had to put my phone down because I just like did not expect to be called out like that. By the author. Like I was like, a love story between some demon bitch and like some demon guy and some forest demon and a girl, whatever. Like, ugh. What do you want? I'm just a girl. But I didn't feel the need to be called out by it. Not during goblin hours, okay? Not in the middle of the night. I did not need to be attacked like that. I didn't need to be called out. Like, don't call me out like that. These are goblin hours. I come on Kindle Unlimited to feel safe, to just go read the trash. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to put me on blast.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I immediately closed out and like didn't keep reading it.
You didn't read it, right?
I didn't read it.
Okay.
Because I was like, I felt like
that's like insane to me.
Is she maybe like
no? Okay.
Is she wrong? Probably not. But like, I didn't need to be called out like that.
Okay, listen. Here's the thing. Like, what she said wasn't wrong. It's fully within her rights to say. I mean, it's basically what we say on this podcast, and it's filled with jokes and all that. I know she didn't mean it to be judgmental. The bitch wrote the thing. So, but the thing is, though, as a forward, bitch. When I open a book like that, I don't need to be reminded of what a fucking disgusting demon goblin person I am in that moment. I'm being weird and horny and reading about monsters and I'm like, I've gone full Smeagol mode, bitch. All right? I don't need to be in that moment reminded, hey, you freak. It's just
little
like,
freak, here you are.
Like, shh.
It's like,
the lights are off. I opened Kindle Unlimited for some fucking peace. a little bit of a fucking respite. Escapism. And then you're gonna remind me? I think like she thought that I just don't think that is like necessarily the smartest move on her part.
put it at the end.
That's
Do you know what I
how
mean?
feel.
Put it at the end where it's like, oh, you like this?
You know
Come
what?
I have 3 more of these suckers. Do you know what I mean? Like, then I'm like, yeah, I read this.
You know,
Silly
it
me.
would be funny if she did have it at the end because, you know, these days I do find myself, I always read the acknowledgments and stuff. And that would be so funny if like on the at the last page it's that. No, because then I would be like, haha, you got me.
Right?
You're
Right?
right.
And it's like,
You got me.
like, me and you, we've read the fucking devil. What were those ones? Like the
I've read crazy shit.
we read fucking
Demon with a Bargain or Demon with a Bargain series.
yeah. Like what is it called? Shit.
A Deal with the Demon series. There it is. I think it's a deal.
Yeah,
with
a deal with the demon series. I've read stuff with Krakens,
Yeah.
Cthulhu. I don't need to be called out on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean I read the Four Horsemen one.
Like, she's read Haunting Adeline. That'd be like, I know you're a sick little freak who's like sick and
Haunting-
twisted. And you're
Hunting
disgusting.
and hunting. And I can't. I told my book friends, my book club friends about it, and that I read Hunting, and they were like, "Why would you do that?" And I was like, "I thought this was a safe space." Like,
Curiosity's sake, dude.
Yeah,
It's
like-
research.
yeah. This is for science, dude. Women in STEM.
Like,
Women in STEM.
I don't want to be called out on it at the beginning of the book. Like, dude, like, don't do that to me.
Yeah. No, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But it's also really funny. I mean, she's not wrong.
She's not fucking wrong. And like, you know what makes me weak though? What makes me weak is that like literally the other night I was like, maybe I should read it. I don't know.
Did you read it?
I haven't read it. I haven't
Oh.
read it yet because I
Out
was
of
like, I was
spite?
trying to be like, do you know what I mean?
Bitch, you're not strong.
But I'm like,
Just read it.
I should just fucking read it.
Just
It gets
read
good reviews.
Yeah, yeah. Who wrote it?
I don't know. I'm gonna DM.
We're gonna
this
have her.
author.
I'm gonna DM her,
Don't call me out like this. It's
and then
just
we're gonna
fucking
have her on the
rude.
podcast, and then we're gonna beef it out on the podcast.
But there's so many.
Really?
Oh my god, there's like fucking like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, this is
4,
like an Ice
5.
Planet Barbarians.
Yeah, it's like that like level of like Kindle Unlimited like book. Do you know what I mean? Opal Rain.
Wow. All right, Opal
But-
Rain.
That was my demon trash moment. I just had to be like, I'm walking away. Like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go sleep. Like, I didn't need to be like put. Like, I don't need a wake up
You're
call.
like, actually, I just feel bummed about myself now.
yeah, thanks,
So, right.
Opal. You don't have to call me a freak to my fucking face.
Like if you were like to like be like, all right, time to throw on the porn. And
Yeah,
at
and
the
it was just,
beginning
like,
of the
a
porn, it
thing.
was like, you're a disgusting little fuck.
Exactly.
If you're into degrading, though, I don't want to be degraded in that moment. I'm a
Exactly.
little vulnerable. It's actually a very vulnerable time for me.
You know, I'm just here. I'm trying to try out a new series. You know what I mean? Like, try out something new.
I'm trying to test out the
Test the
fucking
waters out here.
boundaries of my imagination.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you went to like picked up Ice Planet Barbarians, there was like, hey, you little freaky. I know you want to be fucked by
Dude,
aliens.
you're mad fucking weird for wanting to read this.
Yeah. But welcome. It's like, dude, like
No, the
I
way she
can't.
wrote it, I don't think that she like meant it like to be like an asshole.
No, I don't think she did. She's definitely joking.
but we're just
It's
like
supposed to be
you're just,
like
defensive.
I see, like, I wasn't ready to accept that about myself. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, it's like occasionally, like, you know,
You have interests, and that's all right. You know what I mean?
it's just a fairy book. It's just another fairy book with lots of sexy fairies and wings and magic powers.
Women
you
in
know,
STEM, dude. We're doing research. This is sacred texts. So
just gotta see how the imagination works, dude.
trashdom. I really need to talk to you guys about something really important. But first, we're gonna talk about how this even came about. So, you know, what's been going on lately? Not much. All I do is edit and read books. I don't really leave the house. So, what is new and exciting? Oh, Groundhog Day was 3 days ago. Hello.
Mhm.
Groundhog Day was 3 days ago. Little homie said spring's coming early. But why am I focusing on Groundhog Day? Well, Avery, why don't you take over? Because you actually are the spark that lit the inspiration into this insane hyperfixation I went into.
Okay, so I guess every morning I wake up, scroll, whatever. Nothing new there. Instagram. So I come across this like post that was like this a tweet. Someone's like reposted tweet, but it said aliens completely bewildered. So the groundhog, me, is clairvoyant. Yes. And I just thought that's so funny because I'm like, we just live on a silly little planet, and it's just like Groundhog Day, like that's on everyone's calendars. This is so silly. The groundhog is clairvoyant.
Yeah, I think probably up until about maybe even 7 years ago, I thought Groundhog Day was a federal holiday.
So the groundhog, and then I go on TikTok, and I start getting Groundhog Day fan cams of Punxsutawney Phil, dude.
Guys, don't even worry because I got them right here. Check them out.
It's Punxsutawney Phil!
Like,
Okay,
it's so funny.
An early spring is on the way!
like it's like there's men in top hats. There's a crowd. There's shouting. There's cheers. Like
there's so many. Like people are making so many Groundhog Day fan cams.
Early spring is on the way!
a Punxsutawney, dude.
So Punxsutawney, dude.
And I start getting like more Groundhog Day. Like people like me when I found out there's gonna be Punxsutawney said there's gonna be early spring, dude, for dancing in.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is exciting news. But then I was thinking, oh, okay. And then I started thinking, I'm like, Groundhog Day. Like, what's that about? I just did a little silly Google of Groundhog Day. And what I discovered about this fucking groundhog is so astounding. All right, the groundhog, Marmota maxone, or Marmota monax. That is the Latin word for groundhog, okay? Guys, I was yesterday years old when I found out that fucking Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog that predicts our weather, is fucking immortal.
What? He's immortal?
He's immortal.
How is he immortal, though?
And here's the thing. I thought, okay, surely, I'm
Like,
like,
is this-
the groundhog, I'm like, the groundhog, because I've heard the name Punxsutawney Phil, but like, I'm a product of the 90s, okay, the early 90s. So, like, whenever I think about Groundhog Day, you know what I think of? I think of that silly little Bill Murray movie. And that's the day when we find out if it's going to be a longer winter or spring is coming sooner. That's really all I know. But yes, so Punxsutawney Phil is the name of the groundhog that is the mystic of our time. And he's fucking immortal. So I said, hold on. I read that. I go, time to read the entire Wikipedia page about the entire Wikipedia page about the groundhog Punxsutawney Phil. So then here we go. It is claimed that this one groundhog has lived to make weather prognostications, since 1886. This fucker's been around since 1886. Sustained by drinks of groundhog punch or elixir of life, administered at the annual groundhog picnic. Every year, this elixir gives him 7 more years. So that then just opened up a whole fucking can of worms for me. Because am I alone in this? You're telling me that every year he gets an elixir that gives him 7 more years of life. Why not do it every 7 years? It makes no sense to me.
Because it will stack. How do they know 7 though? Like, how do you even get to that number? Like,
if you're doing it annually, how do you know?
Like,
how do you know?
Also, what is this elixir?
The elixir of life or
Who
groundhog
discovered
punch?
It?
I'm a fucking bitch. I don't know.
Who discovered this elixir, and why are we just giving it to the groundhog?
Well, then because now I've always taken an interest in cults. You know this, secret societies. Well, now I really want to investigate the Groundhog Society because, those guys in top hats who read from scrolls and, follow their Lord and Savior, Punxsutawney Phil. What are you putting in? What is Groundhog Punch? Is it adrenochrome?
Is
Is that who's buying the babies?
the baby's blood?
Is Hillary Clinton an honorary member? I need to know. So then, okay, so we have an immortal Victorian shaman mystic groundhog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I thought, okay, well, shit, he's immortal. Like, well, what's it? Like, how accurate is Punxsutawney Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how accurate has he been since 1886?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be very, mad respectful here because, like I said, growing up, Groundhog Day, I, literally up until probably, not even that long ago, I thought Groundhog Day was a federal holiday. I don't know. I just know it's important. It's on my calendar.
It's literally on
It's a big deal.
go on your Apple Calendar, dude. It's
can
Groundhog Day.
Tune into the live stream. It's like the Macy's Day Parade, bro. All right. So, but I do think it's important that I address his stats and I'm fair. So the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club show Phil has predicted 108 continued winters and only 21 early springs as of 2024.
Really?
According to the Stormfacts Almanac, that works out to a 39% accuracy rate for Phil.
39.
That's not even rookie numbers, brother. That's not passing. So now I just feel like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is the point of this?
Of Groundhog Day?
Well, it's like, why?
Like, why are we taking, who even started this?
Well, some fuckers in Pennsylvania. He was so kindly named after King Philip,
Mm-hmm.
who was reigning at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And
And someone was like, if the groundhog doesn't see...
he saw a shadow. He
sees the
has like a
shadow.
little fucking house. They knock on his door. And then these dudes, and then he gives his fucking prediction. Yeah, so what they do is they have the groundhog. Sometimes he doesn't even come out when they
Really?
knock on the door, and that means longer winter.
Wow.
So but so I was like, because I thought for sure, this is what I always thought. I always thought they have like meteorologists. This is what they do, is pretend like they know what's happening. And
Well, meteorologists use like radars and technology.
I know. I
read the
get
weather.
pissed off. I get pissed off when it's wrong. I get it. It's finicky, but just I wish she would tell me the weather right. But so I thought, okay, and then what they do is then they take a little snack and they go, okay, spring is coming, so we have to come out. I don't know. I've never watched the Groundhog thing.
Me neither. I don't think I've ever seen it.
No.
So when I saw this, it was this is the first time I've ever seen this. And I didn't realize there was this much fanfare.
Yeah, it's
There was this much just so much drama and
Yeah.
all this stuff.
so
About the groundhog, I thought it was just a silly little thing. It was
Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
No, but because of that whole thing, because I started seeing these fan cams of Punxsutawney Phil, I found out all this crazy stuff. I'm like, he's a groundhog vampire, that
Is
drinks
he
from
really
the-
lived this long?
No. Well, they're saying he
That's what
has,
they say that
they're
he's
saying
immortal.
and they're saying he's lived this long, that he is
I feel
immortal.
like if he was immortal, though, they would the government would study him. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
if he
my
was,
thing
if he
is
knew the secret elixir,
no, he made it to the
life.
calendar.
he made it a fucking calendar.
So-
Everyone, this whole
Who's in
country,
cahoots?
millions of people, we're all Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. Yeah, so bro, so anyway, basically the reason why I thought of that was just I just felt like it was really important that I spread this awareness. That I just think it's important that we need to we also need to recognize, we talk about Santa and the Tooth Fairy, but we need to fucking recognize Punxsutawney. Because,
Phil,
dude, he's out here drinking elixirs of life. He's, I give him 7 years. He's immortal. He's been around since the 1880s.
predicting the weather.
He's predicting the weather.
Seems like
Not
he has, like,
well.
a
Not
cult.
well. That's the thing.
That's
That's
like there's some sort of cult.
there's some
around
sort of Puritan cult around him, and and they read from scrolls. And if anyone reads from a scroll, I immediately think, oh, they're official and they know more than me. They're the ancient sages.
I know, but there was just like a time that like people sat around and were like, "Yeah, Groundhog Day. This is important."
Yeah, I know.
Like, how did this get to be so important? It's like so serious, it's unserious to me. Do you know what I mean? It's so unserious that it's like we have this groundhog and he predicts the weather. He drinks elixir and he lives forever.
He's immortal.
And there's a day on the calendar. And his name's Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, I think he would be a great addition. Like, if I were to think about like who I'd want in my like smoke circle, it's definitely Punxsutawney Phil. Yeah, 100%.
He kind of feels like an old wizard.
He kind of like, in my opinion, like with all the like cryptids that we worship, like the Easter Bunny and stuff. I felt like after learning this, I was like, oh, so Punxsutawney Phil is just like, he's not getting his dues. He's not getting the respect he deserves.
I feel like
we don't acknowledge the fact that this fucker's immortal from the Victorian era.
Yeah, we don't. Why aren't we taught this in school?
Is that the Victorian era?
No, I don't think so. That's like
he's from the Industrial Revolution.
1886.
I don't know what the fuck.
That's not that long. That's
like I think my great grandparent was like born then.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's Victorian. I think it's a little too far back, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like
our great grandparents
colonial?
were there with the first with Punxsutawney, dude.
Punxsutawney, dude. How did they get this recognized as a holiday? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, what strings are they pulling, and also I just think it's interesting. And then we could really
Phil up to, man.
We could really go into the. We could really go into the. I could build a conspiracy theory like you wouldn't believe. Because now I'm thinking elixir of life. Then I'm going to go full QAnon if I do, and I don't want to.
Well, you do read their fan fictions.
Oh my god. Real quick. Yeah, somebody sent me a TikTok that was like, haunting Adeline is just QAnon fan fiction. I was like, oh, shit. Well, and I feel like, am I proud of that? No, but I feel like, hey, that's cool. How many people can say that?
A lot of people.
Well, I don't know. I still think it's a very small population of people.
Read Haunting Adeline. I don't know. For a while, TikTok was trying to send me those Haunting Adeline TikToks, and I was like, no, I'm not me.
Well, sorry. Yeah, Haunting Adeline is like QAnon fan fiction, and you're over here reading monster
demons
or
spirits.
Yeah. My bad. But yeah, that's the lore of Punxsutawney Phil, and that's all I really have to say about that.
I really want to go to Pennsylvania.
I know.
For Groundhog's Day. Like, I want to be there.
I want to see it.
I want to see if he sees a shadow, dude.
Dude, do you think it's like a religious experience?
I don't know. It just looked crazy.
If I can touch Punxsutawney Phil, is it going to be like Mother Teresa? Like, I'll feel healed?
No, I don't think so. Okay. You might get a top hat.
Ooh. That's fun. Attention, loyal subjects of the trashdom. This is a royal decree from your leaders, Papa Trash
and Baby Demon.
Find us everywhere at Demon Trashcast. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Rate and review us on the podcast platform of your choosing. Do so, or be eternally banished to the abyss.
Also, if you're here, you probably have some goblins and gremlins that will find a home in the trashdom, so share with your friends. And if you like what we do here and would like to support us, check out our Patreon for extra content and more. Signed,
Empress of Destruction.
No. How about Your Humble Rulers
Papa Trash.
and Baby Demon?
Do it or else. So I want to talk about Spotify.
Okay.
And because I'm a Spotify girly, which I felt like kind of targeted by Megan Thee Stallion when she was like, are you children for being on Spotify? And I was like,
Wait, what does
Spotify
that
not
mean?
cool. Like, are people still just are people like more like Apple Music these days? I don't know.
Oh yeah, are people doing Apple Music?
I don't know. I've had my Spotify for so long, like I can't be lost. Like I have like just all my music on there. You know what I mean? I've had it literally since like 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's a long time.
yeah.
I didn't even know if it was around that long. I used like Pandora for a minute.
Yeah, no.
And it probably wasn't until like much later that I started using Spotify.
But on Spotify, there's these playlists they call it your Daylist. And I think a lot of Spotify is definitely like AI run.
The playlist, yeah.
Yeah, like basically like curates music for you or like builds a playlist for you. But here's the thing is that these playlists like they make me and my taste sound so much more interesting than like I was like this AI, I swear, is like in 2013, 2014 Tumblr era, like with some of the titles of these playlists sometimes. I'm like, this is like just like if AI made a Tumblr blog.
Oh.
But like they're always like titled like mood, genre, aesthetic vibe, day and time.
Mm-hmm.
So like some examples I have here are mine yesterday was relaxing classical academic Sunday morning. Today's was dopamine clean girl Monday.
Oh, nice.
I have some others.
Mine right now is like right now is calm piano Monday evening. But I personally I love it. Me and like my friends, we send each other like the screenshots of these like playlists because they're just like so funny to me.
Dude, they're so funny. Like yearning pumpkin spice late night. Fearful experimental hip hop Thursday afternoon. Fearful what does that mean?
I've gotten tender spring Tuesday afternoon, yearning small town Sunday afternoon, dream hazy Thursday afternoon, lounging Ethiopian jazz Wednesday nights.
Ethiopian.
I'm like, when did I listen to Ethiopian jazz?
I'm like, does it? Because we have like we're on the same Spotify account.
Oh, here's one of my favorites. Delulu hopeless romantic Thursday evening. Like sometimes they can be like they're on the attack. Like, do you know what I mean? Sometimes they're like, let me fucking read you. It's like, stop reading me. Stop.
Basically, what I think I'm learning about you in this podcast is you don't like anyone to hold up a mirror to you. Dude, this is one of my coolest ones though. And medieval bard Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I've gotten clean girl mysterious Thursday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Zen soundscape Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah,
well, here's another one of my favorites. Roast turkey hip hop Monday afternoon. I want to print all of these out and like print them like tarot cards. And like do a reading because like I feel like there's such a good like reading like you can like be like what like tell me my vibe today. Spotify tell me my vibe.
Tarot card influencers whenever they're like let me pull they pull like a letter out, they'll pull numbers out, they'll pull out like tokens, they'll do like a reading for you, and then they'll pull out like tokens to like help you figure out like a Scrabble letters like for names or whatever. But instead like of this it's like, oh, and let's find out what your Spotify Daylist is.
Yeah.
For your monthly reading.
I almost like use it as like my horoscope, like for the day.
I check it every day and I check it morning because I'm always listening to music, but I literally think it's just like amazing. I can't wait to figure out like what my Spotify saw like collected data about me and was like yearning pumpkin spice latte Tuesday night.
Get a lot of melancholy, bittersweet.
You do get a lot of melancholy, bittersweet, and I'm worried about you.
I'm just a sensitive, sad girl.
You're a Pisces that just
I'm
loves sad
I'm
indie girl
sensitive.
music.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah. Mine are always but yeah, relaxing classical academic Sunday morning. Like, bitch, does that not make me sound scholarly? Like dopamine clean girl Monday, like I was like,
Maybe I will be dopamine clean
Like-
girl.
I'm up really early. Like this kind of like set me up for the day. For like success. But yeah, no, they're just really funny.
Yeah, I love it. I love getting silly ones too. Warm windows down Thursday afternoon. Like
Wait, let's find out what mine is right now.
tender spring Tuesday afternoon. Like
You already
tender
s-
spring.
Did you read yours? Like what is yours right now?
Yeah, I already did. It was the it's pretty basic. Calm piano Monday evening.
Mine is Mine is dark classical classic tracks evening.
Dark classical classic tracks evening.
Yeah.
Wow.
I listen to a lot of classical music lately.
Like
That's what I've been
literally
listening
I
to.
like seeing like what the genres are that's like underneath of it, because it's like I don't know what this playlist actually means, but it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
you listen to neoclassical and community on Monday evenings. It's like what even is community genre?
No, literally like I have one art rock experimental hip hop Tuesday afternoon. You listen to vampire and freestyle.
Oh yeah, the vampire one is good.
Or I've gotten one where it's like hyperpop alien late night. You listen to adventure and indie folk.
Oh yeah, I like this wistful alien Wednesday morning.
Here's some
Why?
experimental alien art pop mystical synth. It just will like start reading off all these like keywords and it's just really funny to me.
Happy
Yeah.
folk van life Friday afternoon. Maybe I will quit my job and live in a van.
You aren't forbidden. But yeah, you guys, you need to start. I would love for you guys to send me what you get for your day lists if you guys use Spotify. I just think they're so funny. But like they're so like I don't know, they just had me thinking about Tumblr. Like if Tumblr had just turned into like an AI bot, like if ChatGPT was like, I'm gonna imitate Tumblr, and it was like
My next Tumblr like blog page will be like wistful alien.
yeah.
But I will say like you know how it's like I don't listen to Taylor Swift like like before we like I listen to alien music, like I do sometimes.
I literally listen to alien vampire music. Like my Spotify said so.
so
Like I'm literally quirky and weird.
so different.
Like, oh, and you listen to what? Pop? But like, I just love like where did they get these mood like because it's always like I find it's like cycling through kind of similar words a lot.
Yeah, I get some of the well, it's like for me, it's like if you keep listening to that, you're gonna listen to the same thing. Like if you listen to that playlist, you're gonna be listening to that same playlist every Wednesday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
I
like
just-
ever.
I know. I just think it's so funny because like another thing that we've been doing because of the day list, like sometimes it's like to explain our mood, like what kind of day we're having. Sometimes Avery and I will just start saying like how our day went, but like if it was a day list title. I'm having a melancholy bittersweet period PMS bleeding through my vagina classic rock Tuesday afternoon.
For real though, like that's kind of good though, like to communicate like how you're feeling. Do you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh, you know what? Instead of
You know, words are power.
like when we have our demon trash meetings, instead of being like, "How are we feeling about things?" we just be like, "What's your day list title for the day?"
But what if last Friday I was feeling good, but this Friday I'm not feeling good?
You got to come up with a day list title.
You have to come up with like a new one.
Yeah, you'd be
a
like,
personal one.
because remember, it's mood, genre, aesthetic, vibe, and then day and time.
I'm having like a
Yeah.
what was today? Like if I was to describe my day today, it'd be like maybe like a hopeful indie sad girl Friday's afternoon, maybe
It's not Friday.
Monday afternoon. That was me earlier. Do you know what I mean? That was me earlier.
Okay.
Like kind of hopeful, but also kind of sad still.
Here's
Do
okay.
you know what I mean?
That's where you live. That's kind of your
That's
duality.
like where I live.
Yeah, that's kind of where you live. That's so true though for you, bestie. You are very like if I had to describe who you are, you're a hopeful saddie. Water sign. For me, I think I'm having a goofy, repetitive 8-bit Monday afternoon.
It's good.
Yeah. Ethereal 8-bit
Ethereal.
ethereal 8-bit
I feel like ethereal and 8-bit.
synthy Monday afternoon.
Oh, okay. I see it.
Yeah, it's basically just and on the playlist it's just a bunch of like dungeon synth and just like repetitive 8-bit music.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's how it felt today. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
kind of killing time and doing work.
Gotcha.
But yeah, send me your day list. I just thought it was funny. It was like this is like Gen Z's Gen Alpha's like Tumblr. Like,
That's my new horoscope. Is it?
yeah, it's my new
Like,
horoscope.
I don't need CoStar. I'm just gonna look at my Spotify Daylist.
Plus, CoStar makes me feel like shit most of the time.
Also, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm like also run by AI.
Like, what do you mean I'm supposed to avoid bubble wrap? Like, I don't know. You know. What do you mean? I need fizzy drink today. I did. Did I make myself one? Yes.
Like, what's gonna happen? Is a meteor gonna fall out of the sky and hit me? Okay, so the final thing I want to talk about today is that I literally nearly almost died.
You almost died. How?
No, I'm dead serious, dude.
You almost. Died.
I haven't told you this yet,
You almost died when?
dude. A couple of days ago, I'll tell you what happened. So, I basically was nearly almost influenced to death.
Oh, okay. Influenced to death.
To my death.
Okay.
And you're like, how could that be, Carol?
Mhm.
Well, everybody's got their fucking Stanley cups,
Mhm.
right? And I was feeling depressed. Well, not depressed, but like I don't know. It's like that, you know, that thing where it's like I need to. It's that thing that
It's a void.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
that
think,
void.
buying something will fill.
Yeah, and I go, oh, if I get like
Something
you know,
new.
and I'm, you know,
Treat yourself.
I think all the neurospicy babies out there can understand this. Like, this is a thing with us. Like, we love to have a little special container for like our drinks and
Mhm.
stuff. You know, it just makes it feel like I'm more likely to remember that I'm a human being, like,
Mhm.
and that I need to drink water if it's in a nice little cup.
Mhm.
So I was thinking, I was seeing Stanley cups everywhere, and I was like, maybe I'll get one. I don't know. I've never in my life been like this person to like be like, I need a Stanley cup.
That's
But-
funny that you were like, because you've been seeing them everywhere. Everyone's like, now that they're so popular, everyone's like, no, I don't want one anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I
Now-
mean? But you're like, but you were still
No,
like,
this
I
was
still
like
want
a
one."
week ago when
mean,
everybody was still like going crazy. Like it was like with the the Starbucks Valentine's Day ones, and it was like Black Friday,
Oh, okay.
and like people are like punching kids to get them.
You were like running.
Yeah, it was like the exclusive at Target.
That was,
Anyway,
like a few weeks ago though.
was it really?
Yeah,
That was a
dude.
Valentine's Day thing.
No, that's been out for like a while.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was a Valentine's Day thing.
I know, but they start putting that shit out in like January. Don't you know?
January 2nd.
They
You're
literally put
right.
that
You're-
out
you're
like
right,
a
you're
month
right.
before. Now.
Whatever, dude. I'm
Oh,
just seeing it now.
capitalism,
Fine. I'm
dude.
late, bro. Okay. So I was like, maybe I'll buy myself a Stanley Cup, but I didn't. I didn't buy myself a Stanley Cup because
They're so
the
expensive.
truth is that my void wasn't bigger than my wallet. So or my wallet wasn't bigger than my void. So I was like, you know what? I don't need to buy a $60 trucker mug.
They're so big.
They're so big.
They're literally so big. Also, you can get one at Buc-ee's for like way cheaper. It's not a Stanley, but
Uh-huh.
it's like the same size and shape.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like here's my thing. It's like I don't feel like I need a Stanley. Like if I desire that size and shape of one,
Mm-hmm.
then I will get one. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's like what I said in like 3 podcasts ago. Like I'll just get a 7-Eleven Big Gulp. thing.
Yeah, but those ones don't fit in a
Right,
cup
they
holder.
don't go
They're
in cup holders,
inconvenient.
you're
That's
right.
like why that one is like so popular.
Yeah.
'Cause it fits in the fucking cup holder.
Yeah.
And it's like humongous.
Well, here's the thing, dude. So I was like, I'm gonna get the Stanley Cup, but then like a few days, like within the same week, it comes out that Stanley Cups can give you lead poisoning. Now, there's a lot of fake news around this, so
Mhm.
let's get really clear. It's possible there is lead used in the manufacturing of Stanley Cups, but it's like, at the bottom of like these tumblers and like thermoses,
Mhm.
there's like this little fucking puck basically, and on
Mhm.
the inside of it is lead, and it helps with like maintaining and insulating.
Yeah.
So like if that were to crack open,
Mhm.
you would definitely get get
exposed to lead.
exposed to lead. But when you're drinking from your little straw from your Stanley, you're not getting
Mhm.
lead poisoning. You'd hope, because that's the stainless steel is the barrier.
Exactly.
But I'm not a fucking expert. There's lead in it. So but anyway, I was like, now there's lead in it, and that put me off immediately, because I was like, even though I'm like, I don't really want something with, I don't know, maybe all of these things have lead in them and we just never knew. But
there's old glass that had like mercury in it, like in the manufacturing. Like,
yeah,
it's like, who knows what is housing your aluminum can? Like,
No,
what
I know.
was,
Well,
like everything that's
they
made.
usually
in this.
inside. I found this out that not every country does this, but in America, we line the inside of like aluminum cans and shit with plastic.
Dude, it's like in the United, like they're trying to do studies on like microplastics, right? But they literally can't find a control group because everyone has microplastics in their blood. Like, we live in a society, like, it's
No, and it's like I felt like in the moment with the Stanley Cups thing, I felt like all these generations, because it was like the generations before us, lead poisoning.
Mhm.
After now, we're the generation full of microplastics, and like the next generation, who knows what the fuck is 5G? I don't know. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
fucking 5G. Like, they literally, like, they're like, don't sleep with your phone by your head, dude. Like, it's killing
I'm not
us.
going to spread 5G conspiracy theories. But but like I don't know, like I just feel like it was just like all these generations came down. And then like I didn't really know much about, I just, I'm not like, I'm on the internet, but it's not like it's like I knew Stanley Cups were like a thing and very popular, but I didn't realize that there's fucking Stanley Cup influencers.
Oh my god, have you seen like I feel like Water Talk, I feel like, is like to blame for this.
Literally,
Stuff,
dude,
because
whenever
when
I
like
can't
Water
go-
Talk was big,
I can't
and then
go
it's
on
like
that
if
side
you
of the
saw
internet.
them, they have like 30 Stanley Cups, and it's like, why do you need this many of these humongous things that you
Which-
really can't place anywhere?
I
'cause
don't know
they're
how
so
else to say
big.
this.
Our water bottle thing cabinet in our house is like bursting because we already have too many water bottles.
Yeah.
Also, if you want a Stanley Cup shape, why don't you just use the one that we already have that's like a Stanley Cup shape?
Yeah, you're right. I know. Because it's not mine. And
Well,
I want something of my own.
I'm like, well,
Right.
it's not actually being used.
Whatever. The
Just
pint
sitting
is.
there.
The pint is.
'Cause
Fuck, what was I going to say? Oh, no. I don't like going on that side of the internet, because it like triggers me into like feeling like I'm in the Midwest again. And like it also makes me feel like I also like, my other thing is like, if I got a Stanley Cup, like how, like, I don't really want much in common with like people who are just like the physical embodiment of Facebook.
I feel,
That's the best way I
it's
can
like, if
put
I had a
it.
Stanley Cup, I don't want to like bring it out of the house. Like, I don't even want to know. Like, if I had one, like
No.
because before, well, I think that just goes into show like how fast trends are like going in and out of style. Because like before, having a Stanley Cup was cool. That was like cool girl, clean girl
Yeah.
shit. Now
Mhm.
having a Stanley Cup is like cringe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like there's like even beef between like Hydro Flask and Stanley Cup, and it's like we're having beef over water bottles.
Which
It's
is
just like,
so insane
just
to me.
get a stainless steel water container,
Yeah.
jug, whatever you want to use, and just use it. I don't think it needs to be a status symbol of whether or not if you have like this this month's hot new water bottle. Like, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, just get one that's gonna last, because it's like, it should just last. Like,
also, these things are fucking expensive.
they're like $50-$60.
And it makes me think about, like, you're right, with like all these trends and stuff. And then I saw this TikTok that kind of like summed up how I feel about how this shit moves. And I kind of just want to play it.
Clean girl is out, mob wife era is in, okay?
Hey guys, I think this was my last straw. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Does anyone know what chapter we're in the niche TikTok micro trend cycle? Does anybody know? Because I've completely fucking lost the plot, and I think everybody else has as well. I think that we're just kind of stringing words together at this point, and capitalism is just like eating it up, you know, because what the fuck is siren office core? You're wearing little glasses and your hair is slicked back. You can just see that. That's okay. You can like that. That's okay. But I truly believe that this is going to be studied in textbooks one day about what drove us to the brink of insanity as a society. Because mob wife era, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? I want to know, because
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, so clean girls out, mob wife era is in. I have seen this everywhere. And I just...
What even is that?
Well, I'll tell you. Did you ever watch that reality show about actual mob wives? Or like people who were like in actual mob families, like these women?
Oh, I'm like Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I think it was called Mob Wives.
Okay.
Anyway, so mob wife era, it's like, you know, you're wearing furs and
I thought furs were out.
that's what I thought, but apparently vintage furs, if it's vintage furs, secondhand furs, or faux, whatever, but obviously people are going to say vintage furs, and then like, I don't know, fry your hair, just fry it. Honestly, I feel
cigarettes.
Honestly, it to me, I'm like, oh, so basically like just take it back to 2008, Jersey style.
Yeah.
Like that's what this is.
But like
elevated.
Yeah, like classier.
Yeah.
I just think it's silly, because it's like, you know, how long can you really wear like a fur coat? Like, it's that's like a very seasonal aesthetic.
Yeah.
To me, it's like I can't even wear that anymore.
But here's the thing though, dude, is that mob wife era is gonna leave so fast. It's like, what's gonna be the next one? You know what I mean? Like,
also all these like things, they sound like Spotify playlists.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
just like random adjectives we're throwing together now. Mob wife.
Just put in like era or core.
Yeah.
Like I bet you we could make something right now.
No, I think the trend cycle like is going so fast. Like, trends happen really fast now because of TikTok. Like, if you're off like TikTok for like 2 weeks,
Social media in general.
well, but I think TikTok's even faster. If you're like off like TikTok for like 2-3 weeks, like you'll completely miss like a whole trend.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, but like, I feel like that's the nature of trends on TikTok. It's like,
dude,
you gotta
sometimes trends
catch
happen
it
over
fast.
the course of a fucking day.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't feel like you should be wasting your money trying to like do the mob wife aesthetic. Do you know what I mean? Just like find a sense, like a personal style, and like stick to that. How about that?
Here's the thing though, is like, I get it though, because it's like at the end of the day, it's like at this point, like we're all like, it kind of sucks out here, right? And we're all struggling and we're all trying to do our best. And we're all trying to fill the void with like siren office core. And I'm like, bro, that's like, you know, I don't want to tell people who are like trying to fill the void how to live their life, but damn, like we really just need to be touching grass. Like, touch some grass, bro. Stop going to Target and tackling children. Stop committing crimes for pink Stanley cups.
If they were on sale, I get it. Do you know what I mean?
You'd punch a child.
But for full price, no. On sale?
A man committed robbery and like assaulted the Starbucks staff.
Well, it's like remember back in the day when like people get trampled at like Black Friday.
Yeah, that's the
No
thing.
Black Friday.
Like when did like Black Friday has been dead for years, right? But like like I remember that guys, I remember
the deals used to be so good you'd go to jail for it.
back
Do you know what I mean?
Back in
Back
my
the
day, people used to die.
Now they're not going. Now the deals aren't as good.
Back in my day, people used to fucking put their lives on the line at Best
You
Buy,
fucking
dude.
stay up all night,
Camping.
stay in line for
But
that.
now, no one does that for Black Friday. People are doing that for Stanley cups.
That's the nature of like the trend cycle
Insane.
of like
Insane.
TikTok trends. And it's like, oh, you think like that's like only going to be in big cities and stuff, right? That, right? Like I've like experienced like that, like, because I saw literally a TikTok that was like, hey, you can like Target has this like insane sale on this set of pots and pans. And like over Christmas, I was looking for like pots and pans for my brother because he was moving out and getting his own place. So I was like, oh, sick. Let me try and go to Target and score this deal. There were at least 3 other people who came in to go look while I was there
Really?
for this deal. And I was like, and I'm in like, not like a small town, but like not Austin, like not a big city. Like I was in Tyler, Texas. And it's like, we're all looking for the same deal we saw on TikTok, on this viral TikTok.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Well, then that just has me thinking about like book talk. It's like when these books like go fucking madly viral. It's like those things are selling like fucking hotcakes. Like remember when you couldn't find not an iron?
Yeah,
you
couldn't
couldn't find a Fourth Wing anywhere.
Yeah.
You couldn't find it anywhere.
I know. I need to like become friends with like this one girl who I know. She got her friend like the first edition like
Yeah.
black edges dragon edges for her friend because she worked at like Book People and snagged it before it like blew up. I'm like, damn.
I really want the British.
I need the connect.
I want the UK release of Divine Rivals.
Yeah.
Those are so cool.
But no, I saw like another TikTok about this. But it was very intellectual. But it's like I think everyone's chasing like, oh, if I buy this thing, it's like
They're chasing
gonna-
dopamine.
it's gonna make me feel better.
Yeah.
Like, but it's she recommended this book and I want to read it now because it's like it's crazy that it's like, oh, this seems so like this new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, people are just chasing all the dopamine and all the stuff all the time. But it's like this existed like back in like ancient Greek days. Like they philosophized about these different like styles of life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I think the proper term is called hedonism.
Oh, well, yeah. I saw this thing that just reminded me. I was reading this article about someone wrote an article about goblin mode. And I read the article and it was basically like the definition of goblin mode is harmless hedonism, and I was like, that's just my life, dog. Like harmless hedonism, I'm like, that's just like my MO.
Yeah. But like hedonism is called the pursuit of pleasure, sensual self-indulgence, and I think a lot of us fall into that sometimes because we don't like really, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get the Stanley cup and it's gonna make me feel better. Or I'm going to go follow this trend because that's what's cool now. And it's going to make me seem like I'm keeping up with the trend. But it's like mob wife.
I think also like there is a part of it that is like a lot of us are extremely lonely. And when we feel like we're participating in a trend, we feel less alone because there's so many other people doing it around the world. Maybe you're doing it alone in your house, but you're participating with like millions of other people. And in that way, there's like this sort of like sense of community, right? I think that's also the other part of it is that the loneliness epidemic, like everything going on with how quickly social media moves is going into these micro trend cycles. And it's just preying on our mental health essentially at this point as like, well, everyone's really fucking sad. They're going to want to fill the void.
It's funny because it's not even like adults who are falling for this. It's kids. Like, did you see all those TikToks about how like women were in like Sephora and it's just all these
little
young
girls.
girls like getting drunk elephant, and like I'm like, young girls don't need retinoids, okay? Like you don't
No.
need to be using this shit. Like get CeraVe moisturizer, like if that.
Yeah, like I didn't start using skincare until I was 15, 14.
Until like I started getting acne
Yeah.
in like middle school.
Like
Do you know what I mean?
I always had like
I had a
face wash.
facial cleanser
Yeah.
and like a moisturizer,
That's
but
it.
it was like, fuck, it was back in the day when like Proactive was around, and that's some dog shit.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
I didn't use that for very long. But like,
The shit we used to put on our face back in like the early 2000s, man. I remember I had fucking shit.
it would be like
No, it was like-
Neutrogena.
no,
It'd be
no.
like drugstore, like
No.
stuff you get at
Oh yeah, but
Target.
it was like there was those pads. It was like these makeup pads, but they were essentially soaked in fucking ibuprofen, like fucking alcohol, dude.
No, yeah, they were like really strong. Like if you got a makeup, like if you got like an acne thing, like you would get. They were like so strong.
They were so strong, dude. And you could buy them at the store. They would remove your makeup and like clean your skin, but like they were straight up like smelled like formaldehyde.
Yeah, I remember that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, micro trend cycles. I think it's just it'll come. It comes for us all. But I'm glad I was able to.
You resisted.
I was
Resisted.
strong, dude.
I
I was
just-
strong. The force was strong with me on that day
That's good.
because I did almost buy one, and then I was like, But then I started looking at Stanley Cup dupes, and then I found the Hydro Jug, and that's another one that people are really, really into now because you can fold the straw down.
Hydro Jug, is that
Hydro-
from Hydro Flask, or is it also?
No, it's like a
just-
different company.
It's just a different Stanley.
There's
or is
so
it-
many of these, like,
There's so many. I wanted a Walla for a second. but
bro.
I want to be a Walla girly.
I just didn't know. Like, I just think the internet is just such an insane place. Like, that you can just literally, like, you can be a fucking Stanley Cup influencer. Is there longevity there? Probably not. But
They
the
could
thing
jump to the next water
no,
bottle.
the thing is, though, is
though.
that there's, like, water bottle fucking influencers.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, there's outdoor influencers, so why can't there be a water?
No, I know, but it's like so
a book
niche.
influencer? Yeah, I mean, there's so many niches though. But I feel like I think the niche itself will like have a popularity in heyday and then go away. Like, you know, it's like makeup. Like makeup used to be fucking huge.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not big anymore, but
it's
I don't
different
think
now.
it's different. It's changed.
Beauty's changed.
And so it's like gonna have, of course, it's gonna probably have another time where it blows up again. Do you know what I mean?
I have started to see, like, can we bring 2017 makeup back? And I'm like, we really don't need to. Like, have you ever, like,
Influencers or the
like
makeup
I've been
styles?
seeing it, like kids, like young, like Gen Z wants it to come back just for fun.
Well, it's like back then it was like all about the brows.
dude, if you look back
big
on that
glam.
time, like when you look back on that time, like what were we thinking? We were literally like putting paste on our we were like what did we think we were? Drag queens? Like, come on. It was
drag.
no, I know. It's so like it was cunty for its time.
Well, I think
But,
it's like
do you remember the fucking blocked brows?
no,
bitch?
I'm not. I think we can grow and evolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think people like. I think that's a direct like counter from like clean girl makeup, where it was like no makeup, but you know what I mean. There was like
Pandemic
we're not
really
doing
like
anything.
changed our society because it's like with the pandemic that was sort of like the birth of clean girl in
Yeah.
a way. Like I think that style's always been around because I feel like clean girl was previously known as like model makeup,
yeah,
like
they all have
high
different
fashion
names.
or whatever. And but like what was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot. What was I saying? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I just think it's funny. We have all these like different names for stuff. It's like clean girl makeup. We have the cappuccino eye, blueberry milk nails. It's like it's blue nail polish.
Blueberry milk.
Blueberry milk.
Yeah, that sounds yummy.
Maybe that's why it's so popular. It's like blue, like a light pastel blue.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's like, and also like, I'm not gonna sit here. Like, I love like an aesthetic, but I do think like a lot of the time, like part of me, and this is just an observation, I'm not like calling anybody else out, but I just know this about myself. Like whenever I used to really participate in trends and things like that is when I was really struggling with my identity or like feeling alone. You know what I mean? Like that's often times whenever I felt like I was really participating in that kind of stuff because I just wanted to feel like I was part of something. And I just wanted to and also I think for like a really long time I just didn't know like how to express myself because I was like masking so much. There was so much about myself that I would just didn't was trying to hide all the time. So I was trying to mask with like what everybody else was doing. And so it's just interesting to like reflect back on that.
I just think when it comes to like aesthetics, especially like towards clothes, like I think it's just like find your staple, and then maybe when a trend comes around, sure, buy a piece that's like trendy that you like.
Or like I love it when people are like, no, literally my style is cottagecore and that's my life.
Yeah, or
like,
just like if you want to stick to your
commit.
aesthetic and stick to it, I love that.
But I love people. I think it's really awesome when people like dress like for aesthetics. Like fashion's fun, but like don't be doing it to where you're like every 3 months I'm a different thing. Or I don't know. I don't want to tell people how to live their life. I don't know. I just think like don't be buying. Just don't be wasteful. Is my thing. Is like I just don't like the idea of buying like every single.
Well, it's like remember because it's just wasteful. Because like remember when Shein was super big, and then it was like so much.
Well,
Shein
I think that with
clothes.
like skincare and beauty, like it's in the same vein with the Stanley cups, bro. Like people will be buying the same like every color of this particular product, and like. Fine, I guess, but it's like that makeup expires and it goes bad, and I don't know. It's just wasteful.
Makeup goes bad. Tell that to my like Tarte palette that I've had since like 20.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about my expired
Please
makeup
don't
that I
talk
use. That's
about
my
my
business.
expired
That's
makeup,
my business.
dude. I desperately need a new like highlighter contour palette. Like
you know what? Shout out to e.l.f. e.l.f. I've been like pretty much only using like all e.l.f. products, and I love them. They have really good new stuff. I really want to try their new blush and their lip oils.
Lip oils. I'm pissed off about that Twilight collection we didn't get. Still, I'm fucking
From ColourPop. ColourPop, you're gonna be hearing from my lawyers, dude. I don't have lawyers.
This happened like weeks ago,
ColourPop-
but just talking about makeup made me remember how pissed
ColourPop,
off
more
I
like
was.
my op.
For real, dude. That pissed me off.
All right. That's the podcast, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, and no hate to anybody with the Stanley Cup, or anybody like that.
If you have a
Like-
Stanley Cup, post
like,
it in our
honestly-
Discord.
But I do think it would
wanna
be
see
fun if all the trashlings listening or watching right now, it would be really fun for you guys to go down below and tell me in the comments. Like, I really want to know, like, if you were to identify as a vessel for liquids, what are you? Because for example, I feel like I'm a big gulp. You said you're a Yeti, just an industrial Yeti,
Utilitarian.
a utilitarian Yeti. But I really want to know what you guys identify as, because
You're a camel pack.
are you a camel pack? I mean, if you say Stanley,
like
I'll believe you, but I'll also doubt
like
you.
Like an old fashioned styrofoam McDonald's cup.
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? I think I would if I would take this too. I would just say like even just a paper one with the waxy paper McDonald's cup.
Oh yeah, those are the old fashioned kind. Now they're all plastic, dude.
Crazy. Plastics everywhere, man. All right.
My blood.
Yeah, let me know what your cup is. what kind of cup are you? All right.
Let me know what fills your cup. Just kidding.
Piss. All right. Speaking of, I gotta go. Bye.
Bye.